Writing an article is a very complex process, but there are many tools to speed it up. In this video, we will first list the terms related to scientific articles, ways of finding scientific articles, and I will talk about tools I use myself to write scientific articles myself. Hello friends, my name is Gulsum. I have been writing articles for more than 10 years. Save this video or send it to a friend. When writing scientific articles, you need to know which journal you're submitting to. In all my videos, I only use articles written for international journals as a basis. There are millions of scientific journals. Which journal you submit your article to depends on its impact factor. The impact factor is the rating of the journal that publishes scientific articles. The higher it is, the better the journal. Each journal has its own impact factor, that is the rating value, and it also varies depending on your field. For example, if you take the field of medicine, the impact factor of many journals reaches 40, 45, 50, and even 90. And if you take another small field, a not so well-known field, there may be at most one journal and the impact factor may be at most maximum 3. Therefore, you should only look at the impact factor of journals related to your field specifically. In addition to the impact factor, we call it a quartile. A quartile is the journal's rating in the field. There are basically 4 quartiles. The first and second quartiles, that is 25 and 50% of journals published in that field, are in the 25th and 50% of journals. When we think about which journals to submit, we decide that we'll submit to journals belonging to Q1 and Q2, the first and second quartiles. You can check which quartile the journal belongs to and what its impact factor is in the Scopus database. You can also check the Web of Science database, but in Kazakhstan specifically and in many countries, we always consider journals belonging to Scopus for people who are doing special doctoral studies, master's studies, and working in science. So if you want to find a highly rated journal, look at the Scopus database. Some also journals charge you money to publish an article, which means the article is not free. You should always look at such journals on their websites and find out how much it costs to publish an article there. If you do not have a grant or your work does not pay for publishing an article, then consider journals that publish for free. Now, what tools can we use to write a scientific article? And you can learn more about the structure of a scientific article in my previous video. Most scientific articles are written in Microsoft Word. And in the field of engineering, for example, in electrical engineering, a typesetting program, LaTeX, is widely used. It's worth learning how to use LaTeX, especially if you're working on thesis or long documents. To check the grammar of the article, of course, you can ask ChatGPT or Gemini, but if you copy ChatGPT into Microsoft Word, then it will be a plagiarism, so be careful about that. It's very important to write it this way. If you copy text from ChatGPT, instead of copying and pasting it directly, you should first copy the information, paste it into your internet browser to get rid of the formatting. Then its original format will not be used and it will be saved according to the format of your Word document. We have also a program that's called EndNote. It could be embedded into Microsoft Word. When we write an article, it will change depending on what citation style you use. For example, when I was studying my PhD, I took a 2-hour class and learned specifically about EndNote, and ever since I've been using this program. It's very helpful in citation when you write scientific articles. Those 2 hours were very useful and I still use EndNote nowadays. Besides those, there are other also citation softwares, but regarding EndNote, you can download a free 1-month version of the EndNote or purchase it and use it. The good thing about it is that while you're writing your article in Word, you can place your citations in parallel at the same time. When using EndNote, you always create your own library. It's a good idea to save the information used when writing articles in a file and save it for future. That way you can reuse that library, those papers that you use for citation in the future. Before I write scientific articles, of course, I need to do a scientific article review. I first look at the scientific article review on Google Scholar website. I find out what work I'm writing about and what work I'm writing my new results in, and I look at how article uses other papers. To do this, we go to Google Scholar website. For example, on the Google Scholar website, let's say we find an article that interests us, then we can write out our own article to building up on it or refer to it. If you click after you find specific article, you can click cited by, the third button from the left, and all subsequent articles that were written based on this article would be listed here as well. Cite these articles. Let's say we find an article that interests us, we can write our own article based on it. Whatever article, diagrams, graphs, and images, we always have to do very high quality images for scientific papers. If you look at journals with a high impact factor, you will see that the images inside are of very good quality. I'd like to show you that images are very important. To create images, you usually create an abstract and key concept picture, the one image that describes the main point of your article, and it helps the reader to understand what your work is about. One software for it is BioRender. BioRender is a very cool program to make graphics, especially for scientific articles. Even if you are not a graphic designer, you can use a BioRender website. Besides that, there's also Canva.com, which is very helpful in all fields when you need to make visually appealing images. 1 month could be for free, and then you can use a paid version, but also you can use free version with basic functions. But be careful and be sure to include reference to what software you use on the image, especially if it's commercially purchased software that you use for making images for your paper. One important thing to note is that you always need to give proper permissions and use high definition images for research articles. A way to merge several images into one is through using special software such as Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, where you can merge images into one piece. Another software that I use for making graphs, bar charts is Origin Pro. Origin Pro could be downloaded for free, and it's very, very helpful to make basic statistical analysis and to get visually appealing graphs, plots, especially for research articles in STEM fields. These are some basic tools that I use for writing articles very fast. Every day we are getting new tools and new softwares, and probably you always need to stay up to date in this digital world. I hope this video helped you to learn something new. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.